Hi, it's Jeanette with the next video, and with these little golden book ephemera making pieces and filling the journal up. Last time we did the little flip up waterfall. I'd done this on the other journal. We'll get to that one in a minute. What else did we do in this one? I don't think we did anything more in this one, did we? No, it was just that one. Then we made the little tuck here and stuck this one down. We're going to stick these others, and then we did this little page with this little ticket that's sticking out there. These are going to stay, as are, and yeah, so that was what we did. So this time they're going to stay. We've got this little set here we're going to do. Okay, this is a little set. It's been a while that Stampin' Up had this, and I'm not sure. I should look to see if they are available in the catalogue at the moment, but you can always check on their website if need be, but I'm pretty sure this one's not available anymore. So what we're going to do, or I'm going to do, is I'll take that one out and that one. Fold this up. That's where they need to go when I put them back in. There we be. Okay, so this side I'm going to have a little piece for journaling, and that's just going, I was going to have it like this, but it's not going to fit, so we might just tuck it up there, and people, whoever wants this journal, can work on how they'd like to have it in the journal. To start with, I just want to do a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to use this little there. Yeah. We might stamp it with this one. And I'm going to use the brown this time instead of the black. And this is also VersaFine sepia, this one is. I haven't re-inked this one either. So I'm going to stamp from one side. We might have it coming down from the corner. Like that. And then I'll turn it around and have it coming down from this corner as well. I've put my camera up a little bit so that I don't go off screen as much, hopefully. And I'm just going to ink around the edge, and I will use the walnut stain, just a little bit darker for the red. And then that I'm just going to pop across here. Whoops. Bit of a goober. I'm just going to leave a little piece at the top and a little piece at the bottom. I actually rounded those corners there a bit. So This is a beautiful piece of dark coffee stained paper I got from Leaves and Wood on Etsy. Larissa, I think. Lacera. I just love her papers. It's beautiful. And if you get a lot, you become a VIP member, and she sends you lots of extra little bits, and some of those are really fabulous. So just a bit of inking around the edge there, just to age it a little bit. Okie dokie, no, it goes over there. Okay, so then I thought I might, because it's going to be on 2 pages, okay, so so we're going to have a pocket here. This is going to come down from up here. In the pocket, so I thought I would put the bird across the top here, like so, and perhaps another little twig down here. And I've got the sayings, which nature gives to every time a season some beauties of its own. So I thought I might just pop that on this little one. And then, may the beauty of the season bring you joy and memories throughout the year. I thought I might just pop that one on this side. So we'll do that. So that's nature. So we'll just center that one. Done it again. I should. I've got one of those, it's like the Misty, but it's not a Misty. It's the Kazaz version. And I should use that, but I always forget to get it out. And these Stampin' Up stamps, I found if you put the names on the back, they don't stay on very well. So I had started to take them off, and I stick them in the folder, and then just have the grey showing. But putting removable tape on there does. Now I'm just doing this, eyeballing this one, so hopefully we're centered. At least we're straight, that's something. And then this one, the other one on. Okay. Now, There we go. And these purple blocks are absolutely stunning. I love them. They just really do take all the guesswork out of it all. Okay, so that's that for the stamping. Oh no, I was going to pop a little now. I do want to do the 1/2 inch each side. And then across the bottom. So we will come down quite enjoy getting back into the stamping. I haven't been stamping for a long while. I sort of got out of the habit of doing it. Here we go. So that's finished that little bit off. Now you could punch across the top there, but I think I will just leave that this time. So you could put a fancy border across the top. We'll just trim those corners, miter them off a little bit. This paper is reasonably sturdy, so I mean it is scrapbooking paper, so it's doesn't really need any stiffening or anything behind it. Okay, so now I will just put some of the glitter glue. And then I'm just basically centering this, leaving a little bit at the bottom, like that. So we've got a little pocket there. Now you could, and that would be right, quite nice, wouldn't it? We'll see. But I had thought of a little, just a plain little tag there. Oh. And I have got a load of these, so a little tag like that I could decorate up later on. What's happened there? I can round the corners, or but then I did think of these little tags that I've got that I've cut out. I will put a name in the description box. How cute. Well, I'll just put one in for the time being. Doesn't look bad, does it? And like I said before, we'll change those as we flip through for the final bit. Now this one, flip out or a collage stamped envelope. Not sure on that one. We'll leave that little one. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But this one I know is definitely going there. This is a little one that I made following Wendy from Wendy's Adventures, her tutorial. And it's basically a long envelope, and you cover, that's gone a bit too much, but anyway, you cover it with scrapbook paper, and there's the little tag that is going to go into it. It is going, yeah, and then I'm just going to top that with some paper, some ribbon, and then this just sticks onto the page. So I'll stick it down and then I'll show you how I made it. So that one's done in there. And so that's just going on the edge to flip out. Like so. So we'll just, and I was probably off screen again. So that just flips out, and that's just a little pocket there. And to make it, I have got a pocket, there we go. So you have an envelope, and I just folded it in half. And then cut it down the middle. So now you've got two pockets. Depending on the length or width of your page, you just trim the top accordingly so that you've got an opening there for the tag to go in. We will use, what will we use? Let's use this one. Just trim that top off. I don't need to worry about trimming the sides because it's going to be folded around towards the back, so I'll just trim it in half. Okay, so glue on one side, and you don't need a lot, but enough to glue it down, and then stick that in the middle of the piece of scrapbook paper. Am I Oh, just. Oh, Jeanette. Oh, I hope that does not making your eyes go funny. It's making mine go. I didn't think of that. Okay. So then you just cut the bottom off. I'll stand up, then I can see what's going on in the viewer. Like that. Then glue down each side. And like I said, this is from Wendy's in Wendy's Journal Adventures. Like that. Fold it over so that it's level there. Same on this side. And there you have your pocket. Now your back still looks a bit daggy, but what you do once you work out how long your page is, so let's just say this is the page, and I will just, oh, my guillotine's gone. Where she be? It'd be easier cutting something a bit wet with that rather than. So I'll just trim the top off a bit. Or is that the bottom? No, that's the top. No, it's not. No, that's the bottom. So the bottom is there. Now you probably don't want it the full width of your page, because you need to have your tags. So, you know, perhaps an inch down, and that way your tag is going to have plenty of room to just sort of stick up under the page, and then have the tassel perhaps hanging out at the top of the page, you know, for a bit of fluff at the top. So then you just trim off the excess. You can use that as another little pocket if you want to, and hope that you've cut the right end off, and you've still got your, oh, look what I've done. I've cut the wrong end off. You goosey gander. Do you know what I'm going to do? Oh, God, I tell you what. Some days... No, I'm not. I'm going to do this. I bet it won't though. No. That's all right. We'll do it this way. But you get my drift, don't you? So if you do make that faux pas, there you go. Then you just take your your punch. I'll put a line there where I want to stop so that I can line up and punch the little piece out. So there you have the pocket that will fit on the side of your page, and it still doesn't look too bad with the red there. Okay, and then your tag, it was 2 inches wide, because this is I think this is just over, yeah, this is just 2 3/8, so a 2-inch tag fits nicely in there. And I've got the somewhere, here we go, the Stampin' Up tag topper, and that has a 2-inch, takes a 2-inch piece of paper. So we've done that one. So where did we get to? We weren't going to, so that's the other flip up one that I've got there. Nope, that one's not there. Okay. I think I put that in the wrong, I didn't. I've done it in the wrong. Right, that's it. So that goes back into that journal. That signature, I mean. Okay. This is a little one that, I mean, I think you've all seen these. It's just half a sheet of, so we'll do one of those. I'll show you how. So you just get a sheet of tea-dyed paper, cut it in half, roughly 4 1/8 here. And I fold just to see where I want it to finish. Yep, out there. So you just fold it in 3, a little bit of a lip there, like that. And this one, I just make that they meet in the middle there. Doesn't have to be at a point here, you can have it at a point if you want, but you don't have to. Then I just glue those 2 down. I think Gail has done these. There's quite a lot of people have done them. There's lots of videos out there for this sort. And then I've got the bigger cards that I've got. I've cut small. Where did I put them? Oh gosh. I was inside last night cutting out, making some fabric bits. sorry folks, they're on a peg somewhere. Ah, found them. Don't send out the search party. So I printed all those bigger prints, and I've done them onto I think it was the smallest little, or no it wasn't, it was well, whatever it was, and printed them out like this size. So then I thought, well, they can be used for this purpose. So I took this stamp and inked it up. There we go, so it can be a little bit of journaling perhaps on there. Then I just chose a not sure if I do that one. Put them back on the peg so I don't lose them again. That'll be. And I used a little piece of scrap just to give it a bit of stability. And I left just a tiny piece down the bottom. It's probably not necessary at all, but it just gives it a little bit of dimension at the bottom so that it sort of comes out a little bit. So there's a little, rather than it be flush to the page. So I did that. Then I just bent that over. Inked around it. And then just glued that down. So see how that just helps it to pop up. If you wanted to, you could just, and I did think I did do this on the last one, I just did a little bit here as well, and that just, while it gave it that little bit of a lift, it still helped to hold it down. So then you just ink around the edges. You could colour these in if you wanted to, but that just pops into the onto the page. God, I'm getting messy. And then just like this. Now, I think on, let me look in the other one, I think, if I remember rightly, or do I remember wrongly? Yes, I stamped around, so we'll do that. And I use the, and I don't think this, I'm pretty sure this one's been taken off by Kazaz, but they do have other word stamps. And with this one, I'm not inking up the whole stamp. I do a bit of the, like everybody else, and do a bit of the, and I've done it upside down straight away. You donkey. And press a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's just a little bit of stamping there. And then, because I mucked up there, we might put it towards the side a little bit. And I'm going to just 3 sides. And then if I fancy a tag behind it, that can always be done. You know, if you stick it all the way down now, and then later on you think, oh, I wouldn't mind putting a tag there, it's too late. So we'll stick that where I did the little faux pas. Okay, and because that VersaFine ink is a little bit lighter than the Vintage Photo, than the walnut stain, I'll just nip around the edge here with a little bit of the Vintage Photo. Now, I sat here for ages last night. We're trying to work out how I was going to put this little book together. It wouldn't come to me. So I then decided, okay, go to bed. And I woke up this morning and I've got some stamping on there. Sugar. That's what you get, Jeanette. We'll have to find something to pop on there now, won't we? Might have to stencil or something. That's going to be a big flip out. What time have we got? We haven't got time for that one. Well, this one's just going to be a quite easy going to do a pocket, like just straight onto the page, and then I'm going to collage a tag to go onto it. So that's quite easy peasy. Because it's a bit bigger, I'll just put the bigger tape on it. I know I'm flipping from tape to the art glitter glue, but I do that quite often. I do like the wet glues more, but there are some times that it's just good to have these tape glues. Just trim that a bit. A bit of green around that edge. Yep, that's going to look good. I would normally put a little cut out there, but we don't want to lose Father Christmas's head. That would be no good. We'd be able to bring us our presents. You wouldn't read about it. So, okay. So that one we'll put in there, and I will make some tags later to we'll decorate these that I've got here, and we will decorate this one because I do want to do a little bit of like collaging on them, so we'll work on that. And yeah, there's more there that are going to be just left blank for people to put bits and pieces on. Stuck that one down. Now this one I want to make a doily pocket, so we'll do that in the next video. That one's going to be this is just going to be a little corner pocket, so we'll just pop him down. I'll pop this one back on in a minute. Temperature's just gone up here 20 degrees I think, so it's either that or I'm having a hot flush, I'm not sure which. Whew. So this is quite simple, just, you know, a very simple little corner tuck, and like I said, I want to do some collage tags, so that's what will probably go into these. Here's my little, I'll just put the tape there. It just, you probably don't need it, but it just gives me that added security that it's going to stay, and I just put the glue over the top for a bit more security. And it does strengthen the oh sugar, the tip. Take it off. The tip of that piece of paper. Now it won't come off my fingers. I think it's time to go and start getting to, oh no it's not. I thought it was time to start getting tea organised, but it's nowhere near it, so that's good. Might be a cup of time, I think. So we just pop one of those in there. Doesn't look bad, does it? So we'll just pop a couple of those in there just to remind us that we need to do some collaging there. And we've got those. I don't know with that one. We'll have to. I might have to think about that little side. I'll have to think about that one. Okay, these look like cards that somebody's going out. Oh, a little tiddlywinks broken one of my happy things that's, you know, you put them on the table and they the sun gets onto them and they start to dance. And Peter's just come in to mend it for me. Sort of tones in there. It's got the colours, hasn't it? I like that better, but we'll see. Okay, so there we go for that one. And what have we got here now? It's a flip up and yeah. Okay, so the next one I think we'll do some collaging. We need to perhaps pop a clip there to help hold that one in place. It's not going to do it by itself by the look of that. That's easy fixed. Okay, so a little bit more done. We've got that little one done, and I do like that card there, so I think we probably will. I think I'll leave that one there and just have this one back here as a I might even just, we'll back that onto the craft paper. I should have some somewhere. I've got heaps of it somewhere. Okay, so with that, we stuck that one in, we did the stamping. You know, I could have used that as like a belly band. Oh. Really good idea too. That's another idea. We've got to do that one. So I'll go through and we'll work out what I do next time, and I think that would probably be close to, I'm going to do this little one. It's just got to have some stamping and some sticking bits and pieces. Okay, and the doily one. So, okay. Perhaps a stamp or something there too, hey? And then I've got my fabric, little fabric flips that I did too. I was going to put one of those somewhere too. Perhaps where did I have that piece of paper for a flip? Perhaps we'll get rid of that. And we'll pop that. I've got to sew them yet, but that'll be a little bit of a... And then put a couple of little dangles on there. Okay, so you better be. We're nearly up to the hour, so I'll leave you there, and we will come back and finish off the tags. I'll get a bit more organised, she says. Okay, so thanks for bearing along with me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye for now.